A warm welcome to you, my dear children. We meet again with an exercise. An exercise from bank account with a bank overdraft. Yeah. A bank account involving a bank overdraft. Okay. First of all, to begin with, there is no overdraft, there is no OD. But when we end and when we balance it, there might be an OD. We might have a negative balance. Let's see. This business is a textile business which belongs to Viran. Viran carries out a textile business. He's not in production, he's in sales. He's carrying out a business of selling textiles. He can obtain a bank overdraft. He can obtain a bank overdraft of 100,000. Yep, 100,000 as he maintains his current account in an orderly manner. Yeah. Children, in the previous session, I made it clear to you that giving bank overdrafts is not it's sort of definite facility, or it's not a how can I put it? Giving bank overdrafts or providing an OD, it is not compulsorily or definitely done by the banks to each and every account. Not to each and every account holder. I'm simply saying this. Banks do not give ODs. They do not provide ODs to each and every account holder. To every current account? No. They are not bound to give overdrafts. It depends on the bank, the policy of the bank and the profile of the customer. The banks may decide that they can give you an overdraft by looking at your history, history with the bank, the history of the account. Got it? Okay. So because this Viran has maintained his account in an orderly manner, and he has been carrying out his transactions with the bank current account smoothly in a very orderly manner. That's why the bank has decided to give him such a big overdraft. Not a very big overdraft, but a high amount. He can get an overdraft anytime from the bank of 100,000. The OD will be provided up to 100,000. Right. He had a bank balance of 45,000 in his bank account. That is a positive balance, which means he had account money. He had account balance to start with. He had money in his account to start with. How much? He had a bank balance of 45,000. 45,000. Okay. Correct? Yeah, 45,000 in his bank account as at 5th, that means 1st May, start of the month. Following transactions were carried out through his current account during the month of May. All right, let's check the transactions. Deposits. We have 14,000, 15,000 and 16,000. 3 deposits, children. 3. Then we have issued checks, payments, check payments. We have 12,000, 20,000, 10,000 and 34,000. Okay. Well, children, by the looks of it, this guy is gonna have a bank overdraft. He's gonna have to get an OD. See, Check out the deposits, only 14, 15 and 16. Check out the payments, 20, 34, 10 and 12 and there are more check payments. He has paid more than he has deposited. So obviously it is a bank OD, right? Let's see. Let's see, because there is a high amount in his account, opening balance of 45,000. Let's see. Right, all the deposited checks were added and all checks issued were deducted from the bank balance. All the deposited checks were added and all checks issued were deducted from the current account balance. Why do they say that? I mean, why have they mentioned this sentence at the end of your activity? Why? Why? Don't know. Because children, sometimes there can be checks unpresented to the bank, which means checks that had been issued but not presented to the bank. There can be those type of checks. Simply saying, you issue a check to a person, you issue a check to a creditor, okay? You write a check to a creditor, let's say this Mr. Fernando's check, that check is a 12,000 check, and you sign the check and you issue the check to pay the creditor with your check, 12,000 check. The creditor, Mr. Fernando, he keeps it with him. He doesn't take the check to the bank. He doesn't take the check to the bank to get the money. Check is with him. That is an unpresented check. So during the month, if there are unpresented checks, that means those checks have not been deducted from the bank balance. But in this case, children, all the checks issued have been deducted. Okay, so no worries. Got it? Let's see what is required, What is required? Enter the transactions given above in the bank account and balance it. We have to draw a bank account. Indicate the bank overdraft. Well, they say about an overdraft. Do you see it? Shall I move? Now do you see it? They talk about an overdraft. Indicate the bank overdraft. They are asking us to show the overdraft or the negative balance. If he had issued a check on 25th for 45,000. So now they are saying if a check of 45,000 was issued, check had been issued, then there would be an overdraft, and they're asking us to show the overdraft. Well, let's see. First of all, children, we need a bank account, and the question is not asking us to show the relevant ledger accounts for recording the double entries. No. Then we can go ahead with the bank account without drawing the ledgers. You got it? Okay. Let's draw the bank account. T first. I'm going to draw the T first. All right, T. Here you go. This is the T. Then I'm going to separate the columns. Small things lead to big big things. Again, small things lead to big things. Okay. Headers. Name the columns, children. Let's name the columns. First, debit side and credit side. Date. Can you see? You tell me the columns, children. Ledger folio, details, amount in rupees. Credit side also, date, ledger folio, details, amount in rupees. Yeah, I didn't draw the discount columns because there were no discounts. Did you see any discounts, children? Look at the question. Are there any discounts? No. Only deposited checks are there. Here only issued checks are there. No discounts mentioned. Okay, that's why I didn't draw the discount columns. If there were discounts, you should draw two discount columns too. You get what I'm saying? If there were discounts, you should draw discount columns too. Okay, likewise next to the amount column, but no discounts, so we can just go ahead with this format. This is our bank account. Bank account. Okay, all right, let's start with the balance, opening balance. He can obtain a bank overdraft of 100,000 as he maintains the current account in an orderly manner. Yeah. He had a bank balance of 45,000 as at 1st May. Yeah. 1st May, yeah. 45,000. Let's record the balance. Brought forward 45,000. The debit side as at 1st May. 1st May. Don't forget to mention the date, children. You students who are very keen about getting your accounts right should not forget the dates in the account, something that most children forget. Do not forget, my children, dates. 1st of the month, balance brought forward, right? That is done. Next, we recorded this one. Yeah, okay. Deposits means cash going in to the bank, cash going in. So the bank balance increases, it increases. Debit, bank balance increases because of deposits, so all the deposits should be debited. 2nd May, cash rupees 14,000. That means cash has been deposited to the bank account, 14,000 on 2nd. Somebody tell me the double entry of this transaction, of this entry. The double entry, I'm asking you the credit entry. Where does the credit entry go? Where does it go? Come on, children. The name is here. The name is here. Credit entry should be in the cash account. You forgot. All right, good. Credit entry should be in the cash account. Cash account, cash book, credit 14,000. Good. Next one. 11th, check deposit at 15,000. Well, it doesn't say the check, where the check, how the check had been received. It doesn't say how the check was received. We don't know whether the check was received from a sale or from a debtor. Don't know, huh? But we'll record with the check number. 15,000 on 11th. 15,000 on 11th. Again, we have next one. This one is recorded, done. This one is recorded. Next one we have 21st. 16,000. Let's record that. 16,000. 21st May. Do you know why I'm putting the details as cash? Do you know why I'm putting the details as cash? Why? Why? Because it has not been mentioned in the question how these checks were received. It's not been mentioned. So I'm just assuming, in that case, I'm assuming that checks were in the cash drawer. Checks were in the large drawer. Yeah, in your cash register, in the cash at hand. I'm just assuming that the checks were in cash at hand. From cash at hand, checks are taken out and sent to the bank. So the bank money increases, cash at hand decreases. So double entry is bank debit, cash credit. Bank debit, cash credit. That's why I'm putting these details as cash. Okay, right? So this deposits, this part is done. Now we are going to the next part, payments or issuing of checks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 checks issued by Viran. Let's start recording them. Checks issued. 5th to Mr. Fernando, 12,000. Checks issued means what? Credit, because bank money goes out, bank money is paid, bank balance decreases, credit. Mr. Fernando, 14,000. Isn't it 14,000? No, it's 12,000. It's 12,000. 12,000 issued to Mr. Fernando on 5th. $12,000. Fernando, 5th. Fernando, check given to him on 5th, 12,000. 12,000, yeah, that's done. 13th, salary was paid by check, 12,000, no, 20,000. A check was issued to pay salary, right? So they run to the bank with the salary check and get the money out of our account. Bank balance decreased by 20,000. 13th, salary, 20,000 credit. That is also done. Next one. Rent has been paid 10,000. 18th. At the end of closing, the end of the month, rent has been paid 18,000. 18. Okay. Last but not least, we have paid for purchases. We have paid for purchases. 34,000. 34,000 we have paid for purchases. 22nd, purchases 34,000. 22nd, purchases 24,000. Got it? Credit 24,000. Done. 34, it's 34. Not 24, it's 34. It's 34. Did we record all the amounts correct? Did we get all the amounts correct? Right amounts? Let's do a quick cross check. Credit side. 12, 20, 10 and 34. 12, 20. Oh, not 18. Rent is 10. See? That's why you should always be mindful. Always be mindful when doing accounts. One entry, one amount gone wrong will mess up the entire account. Even the balance, the final balance and everything from that point will be messed up. Yeah. So be mindful. Right. Let's be mindful. 12, 20, 10 and 34. Yup. Now it's correct. Any more? Do we have any more? No. No, it's done. It's done. All the deposited checks were added and all the issued checks were deducted. Yeah, we talked about it. Enter the transactions in the bank account and balance it off. Now we have entered all the transactions in the bank account. Let's balance it off. Let's go. Balancing. Right. How the balancing is done? What is the first step, children? What is the first step? Draw the sum boxes. Draw the sum boxes. All right. Debit side, credit side, both sum boxes in the same level. Same level. I'm just extending these lines a little bit. Okay. Right, both sum boxes in the same level. Now, guess which side is the higher side? Is it the credit side or is it the debit side? Which side is having the higher total? Guess. Let's see. In the debit side, children, we have 45, 14, 15, 16. In the credit side, we have 34, 10, 20 and 12. Right. By the first look, of course, we can't guess in a moment. We can't guess, but just by looking at it, looking at both sides, I can guess debit side might be having the higher total. Yeah, just look at it. I have 45, 14, 15, 16 and on this side 12, 10 and 20 and 34. Let's take the total. Let's take it. 45 plus 14 plus 15 plus 60. Well, I get 45 and 45, 90. I get 90 here. Yeah, I get 90. And on this side, I only get how much? 76. So the higher total is on the debit side. That total must be in both sum boxes. Both sum boxes. 90 should be in both sum boxes, right? The higher total must be in both sides, debit and credit side. Both sides, sum boxes should have the higher total, the greater total, that is 90. Then what we do is we find the shortage. 90 debit total minus 70, 76. And the answer is how much? 14. 14. That is your balance, right? 14 goes to the side which is short. The side which is short, the credit side. This 14 goes to the credit side, okay? 14 goes to the credit side. That is the balance, 14,000. Balance what? Balance what? Balance carried down or balance brought forward? Brought forward? No, carried down. Carried down. Carried down. Brought forward is under. Brought forward comes under the sum boxes. Carried down comes on top of the sum boxes. Okay. So this brought forward, this carried down 14,000 is brought forward to the debit side under the sum boxes. Balance brought forward. Right. Done deal. Isn't it? Yeah, it's balanced. And we have a debit balance which is a positive balance. Positive. Positive. It's positive. It's not a bank overdraft. That's what I'm saying. Not a bank overdraft. We guessed in the beginning this question might have a bank overdraft. Yeah. Remember? We were checking the question and we were guessing this question might have an ending balance, a negative balance. We might get a credit balance, which is a bank overdraft. Oh yeah, let's see. We guessed wrong. It's not a bank overdraft. It is not a credit balance. It is not a negative balance. It is a positive balance, which is in the debit side. Okay. So, why did I say that this question is involving a bank overdraft? Check the next part. Here you go. Indicate the bank overdraft if he had issued a check of 45,000 on 25th. On 25th, if this guy Viran issued a check of 45, they are asking whether the account is going to be overdrawn. They are asking whether there would be an overdraft. Let's see. Let's enter this 45,000 as an issued check on 25th. Let's enter it. Let's enter. 22nd is the very last transaction. So after 22nd, we get 25th. 25th. Indicate the bank overdraft if he had issued a check on 25th for purchasing of equipments. So here it should be equipments. 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 45,000. There is a check issued for 45,000. There. Now we recorded that check on 25th. On 25th. Now would you think, now do you think there would be a positive balance in this account? No. Now children, the debit balance is going to be lower and the credit side is going to be higher. Totals. Debit side total is going to be lesser than credit side total. This side will be higher. Let's do it. I'm going to erase our balance. I'm going to erase it. This balance which we took. Right, there you go. I erased the credit side BCD and the debit side BBF, the brought forward balance which came from the credit side. The 14,000 balance, because now the balance is going to be different. The balance is going to change. Let's take the total of the credit side and let's see how much is it higher than the debit side. Right, I'm going to take the total of the credit side now. 76,000 is the total up to here. To that we should add this 45,000. Right? Now take the total, children. Take the total with the 45,000 with this one. +76 plus 45, we get 121, right? So it's not 76, we get 121,000. 121,000, and obviously that is higher than 90. Higher than 90. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 121,000 and subtract this 90, which is the debit side total. Okay. How much? Subtract. What is the answer? Do your math. Subtract. 0, 0, 0, 1, 31, right? 31. This is the new balance. That's what they're asking. Okay. So this is the new balance, and because the credit side is higher, children, credit side total is higher, the credit side total should be here inside the sum boxes. Which total should be mentioned? Credit side total, because credit side is having the higher total. Yeah, 121. I'm just gonna mention the total of the credit side and in both sum boxes, and I'm going to put the BCD, balance carried down, the shortage of the debit side here. But in the question, it has not been asked to amend the account. Okay, I'll just do it for your understanding, for your convenience. 121 should be here, 121 in both sum boxes, 121, and we took the shortage of the debit side, that is this 31,000. 31,000 is the shortage is on the debit side, 31,000. That is the balance carried down. So that balance carried down, this 31,000 balance carried down, should be brought forward to credit side. Brought forward, balance brought forward, 31,000. Right? 31,000. It is a credit balance, children. It is a negative balance. In other words, overdraft. That is an overdraft. Because the credit side was higher when this 45,000 was inserted. Only when the 45,000 was inserted, the credit side got higher. Okay, and the debit side total got lesser. The difference is 31,000. 31,000. That is the balance carried down, the shortage of the debit side. Right? Do not amend your account like I did, because the question do not ask you to do so. The question doesn't ask you to do so. The question asks only to indicate the bank overdraft. Only to indicate the bank overdraft if the 45,000 check was issued. Right? Only to indicate means you have to do a calculation. Do a calculation in this manner without changing the bank account. Without changing the bank account like this. Okay? Without changing it like this. Do a calculation in this manner. Credit total before the check was issued. Before the check was issued, it was 76,000. Then issued check on 25th. The issued check was 45,000, and the credit total becomes how much? 121,000. Therefore, credit total becomes 121,000. Right? 121,000. We are talking about this 121,000. Okay, and from the credit total, which is the higher total, when you subtract the debit side total, the overdraft is 31,000. You can do the final calculation. Therefore, the overdraft, it becomes 121,000 minus 90,000. How much? 121 minus 90 becomes 31. 31. Okay. This is a simple calculation which I did for your understanding, and as the answer to the second part of this question. First part and second part. Two questions. The second part is not asking, it is not required to change the account or to insert this check into the account. It is not necessary. I did it anyway. I inserted this check just to show you how the account balance changes, how it changes. Okay. So without doing this, without inserting this check, you can do the calculation separately in this manner and indicate the overdraft like this, 31,000. Right. Okay, that's that. So children, with that, talking about bank overdrafts and preparing bank accounts with bank ODs, with a credit balance, with a negative balance, we have covered that part, and now we are left with only one part in this lesson, that is preparing the bank reconciliation statement. Thank you, children. We'll move on to bank reconciliation in the next lesson, in the next session. So see you soon. Thank you.